Well, hey guys, Backroads Brenton here. I'm just finishing up the latest video. It's a Nosy Beagle interview with Tramp Scotty. There's the Nosy Beagle. Worthless, useless, spoiled. If you haven't heard of Tramp Scotty, well, get ready. He is one of the freest people I have ever met, and I think you guys will agree. He's lived off of his motorcycle for almost 25 years now. And he has a really interesting approach to life. So, take a look. It's about 20 minutes long. I think you guys are going to like it. I'm realizing I have to get myself an external mic to properly pick up audio for people that are that I'm interviewing. I'm going to work on that, and maybe get a selfie stick too. So, I've really been getting into the channel Bald and Bankrupt. If you guys don't know about that channel, oh man, someone in the comment section told me about him, and I've just been binge watching him. He is the best travel channel on YouTube, so check him out. Okay, guys, on with the show. Tramp Scotty. Catch you later. Just your morning routine, Scotty?
Pretty much. Well, no, I'm getting ready for work. So.
And you only do that, what, a couple months a year, right?
But I'm cleaning out the house. I do that in the morning if I'm going to leave the place up, because when I get home I'm not going to clean it. And I found that one of the most important parts to being homeless is to have a good home. So,
yeah, you call your camps home. I always like that. I've taken up that habit
I've been
too.
living in them for 24 years. So,
yeah, look at this, 1995. On the road since 1995. So what are you up to, Scotty?
changing motorcycle tires.
What kind of bike is this?
Ready for the cavity search?
Yeah, right, no.
That isn't fun. Oh, I finally found it. I changed tire on this bike, man. Fell into this job by accident 1 year. When I was out of money and out of tire rubber.
How many years have you worked at the Myrtle Beach bike rally?
Oh man, I don't even know. Since the mid-early 90s, it was a completely different rally back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all changed. There was a lot of controversial problems. There was a whole bunch of trouble that went on between the mayor and the promoters. It really changed the rally. All right, they got my hammer, or do I got my hammer? I got it. All right. How you been getting along, Brent?
I'm doing great.
I should take that camera and film him.
I came all the way to South Carolina to get this interview.
You guys got a custom front wheel, see that? That wheel probably cost $1,500. The other one one was round and could roll. This one cost like $1,500. It's round and could roll too.
But hey, it looks cool.
Job's a bitch. I work with some of the best guys. I mean, I think your gearhead types are like kind of boring. We kind of relate. As soon as we start talking machines and we know you recognize each other, that you're that kind of guy. One of the things that attracted me to the bikers when I was in my 20s, it was before all the yuppies showed up, is that they were some of the best friends you could ever have. One of the guy who stayed with me who came down here, my boss got him a tire at cost. We put it on the first day. He got it from these tires go from around $300, some of them $350. They're way up now. Our cost is high. Got him the tire in it's a closeout deal. So he got it cheaper. It's a real good brand. We put it on here. While we let him, my boss let him use the lift, we were slow. We took the wheel off, I put it on for him. And when it was all said and done, the boss gave it to him. So it was brand new. So that's the way that the old-time bikers are. They're some of the best friends you could ever have. That's what attracted them to me as a kid. Now we come and we work for the new age guys. They have money. There's no money in guys like us, you know, like these old-time guys. But we're still around. I got another buddy who's bugging me for one. He wants me to get him a used one. We have one, but it ain't that good. I got him a front though that's good. No, don't let it go in. Come on. Oh, let me forget to tighten that fucking pinch bolt. You know why they always have a pinch bolt on one side?
Why's that?
On forks?
Yeah, why's that?
Because if they did, when you tighten the nut on the other side, it pulls the forks together, messes up the brake. That's why there's a hole through this one. You can put a screwdriver in it. They want you to tighten that first and let the forks fall where they want. Then you tighten that up after you tighten the nut on the other side.
Taking a little lunch break?
What you got in mind now?
Yeah.
Lunch at Big Wheels are so damn slow. This rally hasn't really started yet. This rally's gotten smaller too.
Scotty, you were saying something about white bike wheat and white.
Myrtle Beach Bike Rally used to be down in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is stretched out along the coastline here. It was in the center. This is a retirement community. Right after the white bike week, they have black bike week. The locals, they say that blacks run out on their bills in the restaurants, wreck the hotels, fornicate in the streets. That's what they tell me. I've been here through Black Bike Week. I've never seen that. I've been out and hung out with them guys. Even one guy, some guys I went back to their hotel and hung out with them once. But they seem mostly like regular guys to me. I may not be seeing what, you know, I don't know. That's just my experiences down there. What I have seen, a lot of them are younger crowd, ride crotch rockets full of more piss and vinegar and want to chase the women, that kind of thing. So they tried, so this is a retirement community here in Myrtle Beach. So I mean, I don't know about all that. This retirement, and the mayor and his cronies, that's what they said. I don't know all the details. They want to get rid of the bike week. They had to get rid of both to do it. And so they started hassling. They brought in more cops. They passed a helmet law. Just up the road here, you had to wear a helmet when you got past here. The cops were on you, like stink on shit, like really fast. And they screwed up the bike rally. They later got sued and had to pay back all the tickets with interest. But what it did was it split
So this is your home, eh?
Yeah, how you like it?
I like it. You do a lot with a little. Or a little with a lot. Scotty, how have you come to be like
You
this?
gonna be over here?
Yeah, let's be over here. I'm following you.
I mean, I don't know where you want to shoot. I don't think all those are going to make a good background.
Well, you live on the land, and the land is behind you. So how'd you come to be like this?
I was a small roofing contractor for a long time, and I lived in a 3-bedroom house with 2 cars and a truck, and all the usual stuff. That really works for most people. But for me, it was kind of like a long, slow pain. It was like a nag. I had a nagging pain inside. It was like a nagging. There was something in me pulling me to do something else, man. I think a lot of people have this. You know, some it says move to the country or get a different job or, you know, have a baby, don't have a baby. For me, there was something different. And it was a dull pain, but it was a constant pain. And I did this job I didn't want to do day after day, and I tried to hold this empire together. And for me, it just didn't work. And there was a series of things that happened. But one day, I loaded my motorcycle. I looked around at all the stuff. I felt like I was, you know, that guy trying to hold all the plates in the air, you know, on the post.
Spinning plates.
Spinning plates, right. Trying to hold this empire together. My house would say to me, bitch, get me a water heater now. And I worked all week. And then on the weekends, I would do the work around the house I couldn't do during the week because I was busy working. And for a lot of my friends, that's like the best life. But for me, it just didn't work. And one day I packed my bike and my tools and some clothes into my truck, and I drove away. And I moved into this little trailer I won't bother getting into, but it brought my expenses down, a small trailer. And I got rid of absolutely everything I didn't actually use.
So you were saying that you moved into a trailer.
Brought my expenses down to almost nothing. I'm in San Diego too, right? It was on a friend's property. And I got rid of absolutely everything that I didn't actually use. I kept 2 forks, 2 knives, 2 plates in case, you know, I'm a girl or whatever. And all of a sudden, life got really easy. It was like the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders. And I began to work. I put carpet out front and some couches. It was on a buddy of mine's property. And all of a sudden, I was making too much money, man. And it didn't make sense to keep going to work and then spending money frivolously. And so I began to work 2 to 3 weeks, and then I would take 2 months off. And I had plenty of money to live on. I had more money than I had before. And so what I did was I brought the material side down, but it opened up the side for recreation for all these other things in life. There are those sometimes who think I'm anti-materialistic, but that is not true. My material stuff is real important to me. I just don't want a lot of it. I don't want no extras. And so I got bored. Retirement is kind of boring, you know? And it was kind of like retirement. It was semi-retired. And I began to do a lot of things. And I hit on motorcycle travel. And I'd always been into motorcycles. But I started taking these trips, and they got longer and longer, man. And I started, and it was one trip. I went over the mountains from San Diego into the Arizona desert. I began to know Arizona well because I was going there somewhere. And when I got down into that desert, I just knew this is where I belong. I could feel it. I don't know what to say, but it's not like I heard a voice, but I just knew. And I began to do more and more of it. And I began to hate coming home. And then I began to hate being home. And I started looking for ways to stay on the road indefinitely. I'd never heard of anybody or known anybody who lived on a motorcycle before. So I had no role models, but I knew this is what I was supposed to be doing. Now, I'm not religious, you know, and I'm not a preacher. I'm just telling you my experience. There's a lot of people believe, I've heard it said, that God has a greater calling for every person. That little voice inside is what it was to me. That never shuts up, man. It's like a nagging thing. But I have free will. I can choose not to follow that call. I can choose to follow my fears instead. You know, fear of destitution, fear I'll fall on my ass, all that. But in this case, I had to follow it. And in the beginning, as it went, I was not looking to live a hardship life, you know, sleeping on picnic tables, you know, in a park. I was hoping to engineer a way that was, dare I say, comfortable enough to work as a long-term lifestyle. I'm very much a homebody. So I'm watching these guys in Oregon putting the tarps over their camps, put up the tents, they string tarps into the trees immediately. I'm thinking, I ought to pay attention because these guys know about rain, right? They, like maybe I'll pick something up here. So I began to carry a big tarp. This one I'm standing on, which I use for a porch sometimes, is 12 feet by 16 feet. It's an industrial tarp. When it rains, I just put it over the entire camp. I had it up for the rainstorm. I had this trees.
Including your bike, right?
Yeah, it covers the bike too. I personally keep this way so I can just get into everything I need without stepping off the plastic and having to be in the dirt.
Okay guys, you might notice that Scotty's in better shape than the average 59-year-old guy. So his trick is he comes to these gyms. We're at a gym right now in Myrtle Beach, and I did a little workout with him. First one I've done in, man, I can't remember how long, and my ass is kicked. So thanks, Scotty.
Everyday showers right here.
And showers too.
Right. Wait until I take the weight off now. You want these 20s?
Sure. This bike belongs to a guy named Joe Sparrow, who blasts all over the country year-round on this big gull wing. He's worth looking up on Facebook or other places, but check this out. It's like the dash of the space shuttle. He's got his banana holder.
Oh man, that's scary. You know what, Joe? Your bike's starting to make you look good. That's pretty bad. We got any selfies? Excessively irritating. Yeah. And then I'm spoiled on this one. So what do I do? Get the Ultima for the 200, spend this check, or fucking...
Come on, man, come on, I'm gonna. Go on, I'm at the sweet spot.
The Evo's, my bike's like mine is 70. Still like 70. You can go. Other than that, I don't use it too much.
Hey Scotty, we gonna get you on a gull wing?
Well, I'm on one now. That's it, man.
Well, this is my last morning hanging out with Scooter Tramp Scotty. I gotta head back up north. And Scotty's going to work here, gonna go change some tires. What you up to, Scotty?
Looking forward to the end. The end of the rally.
Where are you headed to after the rally here?
I'm gonna go to Asheville. I have to put another engine in this motorcycle. The one that's in is bad. It's going out. So I gotta get another one.
You were going to work DC this year. You usually go up there after this rally, but you decided not to do that this year?
Well, the DC motorcycle rally, it's a veterans run, and we're mobbed. They only let in so many vendors, so there's not many of us. And it's just this full-on rush. And the guy pays $1,000 for 3 days and a night. But it's I mean, I get there the first night, work till 2 in the morning, setting this place up. We got to set up this huge tent with all this junk in it. Go sleep in a dirty truck. I put my bike inside of one of the trailers and my bed on the floor. And then be back 7 or 8 in the morning, work all day, and then I'm dirty, and I'm living in a truck parked on the next street. It's crazy, man.
3 days of hell.
It's 3 days of hell. Yeah, they got a food vendor across the way. I go fill up a bucket with water and go sit behind the trucks in the bucket and take a bath. But it's just that it's in the city of DC, right downtown, and it's a miserable show. I think I'm going to pass on it this year. I don't really need to go work that one. And it's a 450-mile ride up to there. Mm-hmm. I do got a buddy up there I really like to see, though. And there's a camp out after I like going to, but I'm going to go do this engine. I want to get this engine out of my bike. This thing sounds like it's going to come apart. Gas first.
So this is Scotty's second Evo full dress Harley. Can you quickly, now we're being quick here, guys, quicker than we have been in the rest of the video because Scotty's got to take off and do some work. He's got to put in a day of his month a year.
Try to get some sympathy, but nobody seems to.
You're right. We don't have much sympathy for this guy.
Sympathy for me, man.
So Scotty, tell us about Betsy, quickly.
Oh, Betsy, I put over 500,000 miles on that bike before I retired it, and that bike was on more ships than I could remember, huge ships in the cargo holds, and so under all the bridges and through all the rainstorms and all the breakdowns, I had a sentimental attachment to that bike. But eventually it just fell apart, and I have this one, which is the same bike, and it's only got 108 or 9,000 miles on it now. So I don't know what to say about Betsy.
Do you think Betsy will make it into a museum?
Well, Betsy was stolen and recovered in pieces eventually, so that's a whole nother story. I have the bike, but it's in little pieces, and there's parts missing.
Okay, my battery's dying. I think that's our sign for getting on with it. So, thanks, Scotty.
Yeah, thank you.